Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. You must have seen most of the people, they go to the great Mahatmas and ask questions. Once I was in Miami and we happened to visit some ashram. Some great Mahatma is staying there. So I went with my hostile. Hostile means his wife. I do not know good English. Therefore, my host is there, then there is a hostile. Then in some houses there are hostilities, their children. And then I became a hostage. This is my life is. So I went with my host and hostile to that ashram. And they know me last so many years. I never entertained any questions. I am very clear about it. In the material world, when a question is asked, a question is addressed. But on the spiritual path, when a question is asked, question is not addressed. It is the seeker who is addressed. The basic difference. See? So when we went there, Namaskar Chamatkar, and then that Mahatmaji asked my friend, yes, you have got some questions? See? So he looked at me. I looked away. What else can I do? Then he said, our Swamiji never allows us to ask any questions. No, but you must ask questions, otherwise how will you know the things? So he asked some questions, some answers were given. Now my approach is very simple. See? We all have questions about everything which is other than the self. Do we have question about our being? Whether I am or I am not? No question. And how does it matter? Whether we know or not about the worldly things? Who was the third president of United States of America? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Think. Therefore, Bhagavan Shankaracharya must have composed this as an FAQ. Frequently asked questions. And Bhagavan Shankara was accompanied by the male disciples. There was not any girl along with him in his disciples. So when he is talking to the man and when he is talking to the girl, the language will be different. But the meaning is the same. Meaning is not different. But when we are not prepared to understand the subject in the language in which it is taught, we get lost in life. For example, this is a common thing you all know. We use the word mouse in computers, is it not? Spelling is the same. So when we use the word mouse, hey, where is my mouse? Who has taken it? So that time we don't mean a biological mouse. Word is the same. Word is not different. Meaning is different. Exactly the same way. When we do not have proper scientific vocabulary for learning any subject, we get lost. And instead of understanding, misunderstanding happens. Keeping this introduction, Bhagavan Shankaracharya has composed So I think 32 verses, and in which he has taken into account almost 96 questions. And after studying these 96 questions, along with their answers, I don't think there is anything more remains to be known for a seeker of truth. But if our questions are, Swamiji, why my wife doesn't listen to me? This is not a question, this is a complaint. There's a difference between a question and a complaint. Old people never ask questions, they have got only complaints. Therefore, this Prashnottari is one of the most enchanting and simple book. And we have got only 3 days and we have to complete 32 verses. So per day I will try to finish 10 verses. So you have to be attentive 100% for 90 minutes each day. There is no option. Or else I can bypass, I have no problem. So, anything becomes a problem for us when we have no value for something. Take a simple example. Earning money is difficult. Then saving the money from the government is more difficult. And worse is to give the money. 3. But yet, has anybody ever said, I am not going to earn money, it is very difficult. On the contrary, we try different techniques. Above the table, below the table, around the table, digital. Because we have value for money. Exactly the same way. When we will have value for the spiritual life, you will have no difficulties in life. Then those difficulties will be taken as challenges. When we take anything as a challenge, the best in us is brought out. But when we take something as a problem, the worst in us is brought out. And the worst in us is negativity, depression, dejection, what is there to live for? And such people, they don't die also. So neither they are living nor they are dying. See, friends, therefore let us live every moment cheerfully and happily. And this can happen only if you are free from any doubts, no questions. And there is only one area where we have no question, and that area is our own being. This is you. Like the space is common for all of us. The air is common for all of us. The fire is common for all of us. The mind is common for all of us. In the same manner. This experience of just being is common for all of us. Expressions may differ, but experience is same. See? When it is very hot and you get a nice cold glass of water, that experience is common for everyone. If he is a South Indian, his expression will be different. If he is a North Indian, expressions will be different. But experience will be common. In the same manner, this experience of just being is common, and we have no doubt about it. Abiding in this effortlessly, and thereafter playing the game of life is spiritual life. Therefore, all questions are directed only to this. Then we come back to ourselves. See? So, I'll read it. You may listen and don't repeat because we won't be able to complete it. On the last day, we may be able to chant once. Apara samsara samudra madhe samajjato me sharanam kimasti guru krupalo krupaya vadaitata vishvesha padam bujadirgha nauka. So the student has reached the teacher and asked this question. Be very attentive. His question is not, my children don't listen to me, I don't have a job. See, be attentive. When we come and study scriptures, we are supposed to be in a gym, not in a hospital. And you will see, there will be huge crowds in the hospitals. In gyms, you don't get crowds. See? We have to transcend this unwanted relative existence. And that is what? Apara samsara samudra madhe samajjato me sharanam kimasti. Oh Lord, I am lost in this relative world. Now, is it not our experience? We are all miserable only on two counts. Either because of possessions. We are miserable because of two things. When we have, we are miserable. When we don't have, we are miserable. Those who don't have children, they are miserable. Those who have children, they are super miserable. Think. So, possessions is the burden that we carry. And the second thing, we carry another burden of relations. So what is the apara samsara samudra? This infinite ocean of relative existence is nothing but a mule carrying the burden of possessions and relations. That me, I am asking a question to the teacher. Guru krupalo krupaya vadetat. O Lord, hey Guru Maharaj, out of compassion, please tell me what is the way that we get out of this relative world. Is there any way? Or we are born to suffer in this world? And the teacher gives the reply, Vishvesha padam bujadirgha nauka. Take refuge at the holy feet of the Lord. See? Now be attentive. What is the meaning of taking refuge at the feet of the Lord? We all do it every day. But we do not know this. See? How we do it? When we go to sleep, be attentive. In deep sleep, we have no relations. In deep sleep, we have no possessions. But we are. So that time, what we are and what we have, nothing, nothing, nothing. So what is the meaning of surrender at the feet of the Lord? Surrender at the feet of the Lord means drop the burden of possessions and relations. Then how to live? Conduct yourself like an actor on the stage. A stage on the actor acts as if he loves the other character. Honey, darling, I love you, this flower for you. Now he knows it is a recyclable flower to be used in the next performance. And that girl also knows he is saying the same dialogue every time. But she knows he doesn't love me, and he also knows he doesn't love that dumb. Yet, the drama goes on. See, friends, only act in life, don't react. Whenever we act, nobody is born. Whenever we react, somebody is born. See, one day, one of my weaknesses is I don't remember anybody's names. So, out of, an attempt to avoid people know I am ignorant, so what I do, I address them in a very glorious way. Mahatma Ji, how are you? Bhagavan, how are you? So one person I asked. I said, Mahatma Ji, let's go, we are getting late. He said, Swamiji, don't call me Mahatma Ji, I am not a Mahatma. I said, okay, you fool, let's go, we are getting late. So when I said, you fool, he immediately became disturbed, not because I called him fool, because how come Swamiji also knows? So we accept ourselves to be fool, we don't accept ourselves to be divine. My friends, be very attentive. I am body, we just only accept it without any reason. See, what is the logic behind? Somebody tells us, you are born on this date, and we accept. Do we have the experience of birth? So if we are accepting things blindly, why not try this? You are divine. Insist. That is called as surrender at the feet of the Lord Shiva. See, Shivo bhutva shivam yajet, it is said. Don't condemn yourself. Papoham, papakarmaham. No, you are not papi, you are divine. Whether you know or you don't know. Whether you accept or you don't accept. Whether you experience or you don't experience, you are divine. This is called as surrender at the feet of the Lord. Then only we get out of this relative world and start expressing the divine that we are in and through all our experiences of life. Now the next questions. Baddho hi koyo vishayanuragi kava vimuktir vishaye virakti ko vasti ghoro narakasva deha trishna swargapadam kimasti. Next question. Baddho hi ko, who is in bondage? Reply is given, yo vishayanuragi, he who is extremely attached to the worldly things. See, how many things we collect in our life. If you want to do some experiment, try this. The room where you are staying, it must be so much full that when you walk, you have to negotiate through in your own house. Because if you do this thing, Liberty is standing. If you do this thing, Eiffel Tower is standing. No place to move freely in your own house. Because so many things are collected and everything has its own personality. Just give it a try. One room where there is nothing other than four walls, and sit quiet and see the experience. See, the other day I was in New Zealand. So my friend wanted to take me for bushwalk. I said, forget yaar, I don't like bushwalk. Then I said, we'll go on the seaside, beach walk. And there on the north island, north tip, there is 90 miles beach. So beautiful it is. There you can drive also the car and bus. They allow legally. So we were walking on that and I was so happy. My friend asked me, Swamiji, what is the difference? You like this place and not the bushwalk? I said, in bushwalk, all the trees are on your head. Here, directly exposed to the space. Expand yourself. See? But Vishayanuragi, the one who is all the time holding on to the objects. There was one person in Mumbai, his son called me. He said, Swamiji, you know my father was very much fond of you, used to come for your lectures and all that, but now he is no more. And he has a huge library of his own. Now we don't know what to do with that library. So instead of giving it to the garbage, we thought we'll give it to you. Because we are not going to read any of those books. But when he was alive, he will not allow a single book even to be borrowed by anybody. See, friends, how many things we keep on collecting. So, baddho hi koyo vishayanuragi. Then, kama vimuktir vishaya virakti. And what is freedom? Freedom is you are no more getting entangled in any possession. See, possessions we have created. And we imagine this is important, this is valuable, this is the source of happiness. It is not. The real happiness we all have when we have nothing and we are nobody, as in deep sleep. Bhagwan in the second chapter says, Yanisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. The wise man is the one who is awakened to this absolute, and therefore he is happy every moment because he has gone beyond the relative world of possessions and relations. Friends, from possessions and relations, till date nobody has ever become happy. See, Vijayanuragi. So, Kavimukti, what is liberation? Freedom from too much involvement in the worldly things. See, you all must be having this thing because I move in so many houses. Most of the places, the wardrobes are walk-in wardrobes. And when we get into that, then which sari to put on? There are more than few hundred pathetically hanging. See the shoes, only 2 legs. But see the number of shoes. How many things we collect. See? And then everything has got its own personality. And that influences your mind. See? So, who is free, who is no more attached to the worldly things. Third, komasti ghoro. What is the terrible hell? Naraka is hell. See? In Sanskrit language, there is a suffix called as ka. And when it is added, it doesn't change the meaning of the word. Like bala means a child. Balaka means a child. Similarly, nara and naraka. Ko asti ghoro naraka swadeha. Our body is nothing but hell. From our body, what comes out from any hole, we don't like to discuss in public. Because it is nothing but a garbage can, nothing else. And whole life is spent only on this. Naraka swadeha. See, there was one NRI parent, came from UP for the first time, and his son and daughter-in-law, they used to go for work. So they said, Papa, you go and spend time in the mall, we'll give you money, evening when we come, we will pick you up. So this UP village person, he will go and say, and start looking here and there. After a few days, he happened to see one old white lady, and then he started talking, became friendly, and then he opened up. He said, your hair are so beautiful, golden hair. In our India, all dirty black hair. See, your hair are so beautiful. She took out the wig and gave it. See? Then, oh, your denture is so beautiful. Perfect every tooth. Clock. Take. See, friends, Bhagavan Shankara writes in one of the books that atyanta malino dehaha dehi chatyanta nirmalaha asangohamiti jnatva shauchametat prachakshate. Come to discover, body is just a place where we are staying, not beyond it. But our whole life is living as the body, for the body, on everybody. Nothing else. And how do we live? In Varanasi it happened, when the same text probably I was taking, when I was insisting, don't talk about your past. There is no need. So, one elderly gentleman, very highly educated in the scriptural field, he is editor of a very prestigious spiritual journal, must be about 80-85, and he said, Swamiji, you have been emphasizing so strongly that we should not talk about our past. But unless we talk about our childhood, how the children will know how the life was earlier? I said, Papa, you tell me, who wants to know about our past? Everybody is concerned about their own future. Oldies like me, no future. What future I have got? See? But every time we go, when we were children, who is interested? Know this basic principle. Nobody is interested in our past. People are concerned about their own future. Then he said, why you insist so much? I said, okay, I'll tell you. When you talk childhood, childhood belongs to whom? To you or to the body? Then you talk about your teenage. Teenage belongs to whom? To you or to your body? Then you talk about middle age. Middle age belongs to whom? To you or to the body? Old age you are talking about. Old age belongs to whom? To the body or to you? Do we have the experience that we are born? No. Do we have the experience we are growing? No. Therefore, one pathetic joke cut by all oldies is this. Swamiji, can you guess me what is my age? And their pathetic joke is, I am 81 years young. Are Buddha, young. See, friends, because nobody had the experience that we are growing. This me is the real me, not the one who is identified with the body. But when we talk about the past, unknowingly what happens? Our body identification remains intact. Same thing with relations. All relations are born only after body identification. They are not real. Therefore, kovasti ghoro narakasvadehaha. Whole life is spent only on this body. See, friend. Dhritarashtra was asked, not Dhritarashtra, Yudhishthir was asked this question by that Yaksha. What is the most wonderful, surprising thing in this world? Not the 7 wonders, stupid wonders. So, he said, the most wonderful thing in the world is, people go to the cremation to dispose of the bodies, but they never think, one day they also have to. They start living as if they are here for eternity. Narakasvadehaha and Trushnakshaya Swarga Padam Kimasti. And what is heaven? Swarga Padam Kimasti? Trushnakshaya. When you have no more longing for worldly things. See, friends, lesser the possession, happier you are. They say travel light, is it not? There was one couple who was coming in this flight. When I landed in Philadelphia, I kept my bag and there was one lady. I said, Mama, please take care of my luggage. I'll fill in the water and come back. He said, okay, go. So I fill in the water and came and sat. She said, oh, when did you go? I said, just now. Now this flight. Oh, you are going by this flight? We are here for last 6 hours, getting bored. I said, I can imagine waiting is the most killing experience. Then she said, we had other flight, but we had checked in luggage. So they asked, if you don't have checked in luggage, you can go in this flight. If you have checked in luggage, you cannot go in this flight. You have to go in the next flight. See? In the same manner, when we have checked in luggage, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jatare shayanam. Delete all the luggage. Only carry on. See, life becomes beautiful. Prashnottari. And this can happen by one simple technique. Be attentive. We have to learn 2 things. Number 1, the ability to deny. We have to learn to say no. And the second thing, we also have to learn to listen no in life. See? When we don't understand this, we become depressed, dejected. In Washington DC, there was one lady. After my talk, we were having a retreat in the open garden under some tree, very beautiful time. So after 1 or 2 lectures, she was introduced, Swamiji, she is so and so. I said, Namaste, Namaste. Then she said, I have to ask you some questions. I said, my God, questions don't leave me. Then she asked, Swamiji, I want your guidance. Yes. Her question was, Swamiji, my husband divorced me. I said, do you want me to marry you or what? No. One should be clear, is it not? Then she said, no. My question is that now my 2 daughters, they are going with their boyfriends and I am all alone at home. My home is in terrible mess. I wanted to invite you for food. I said, do you want me to clean your house or what? I am not going to come. Free cleaner. No. He said, therefore I am very miserable, depressed, dejected. Please help me. I said, help will come from within you. Start thinking properly. Then I asked her, when you divorce, was the divorce in a sequence or only once? First he went and then you went? No. When you cut a piece, 2 pieces happened simultaneously. So the event, divorce happened to both you and your husband. Is it not? Yes. Now tell me, how is he? Oh, he's enjoying. He got married and he's enjoying really. I said, event is the same. He is happy. Why you are miserable? I don't know. I said, I'll tell you why you are miserable. Because he rejected you and you stand rejected. Change your attitude in life. You say to yourself and assert, I have kicked him out of my house. And be happy. Before the world rejects us, learn to quit and be happy. But we hold on to, see, Santa Ganeshwar gives one very peculiar example. Here you may not be seeing, because you don't see animals here. Here democracy is only for human beings. In our Bharat, democracy is for animals also. There was one American dog, he went to India. And the Indian dogs asked, hey, why did you come here? In America, you have got everything. Why did you come here? Oh, we have got everything, but we can't bark. What is the use of a dog when he is not allowed to bark? See? So, Santa Ganeshwar gives an example. During the mating season of the donkeys, you can see that in India. And everything is open. Nothing is secret. So when the male donkey runs after the female donkey, the female donkey keeps on kicking him badly on his mouth, on his body. But he eats all those kicks and still follows her. Exactly the same way. We follow this world, although we get constant kicks, frustration, and we say we are spiritual. Friends, spirituality is freedom from the world. Live in the world, but yet live beyond the limitations of the world. Continuing further, samsara vrutka shrutijatma bodha ko moksha hetu kathitas saheva dvaram kimekam narakasya nari kasvargada pranabhrutam ahimsa. Samsara vrutka shrutijatma bodha. What is that which will liberate us from this relative world of miserable existence? The teacher says, Shrutijatma bodha. Shrutija atma bodha. Friends, scriptures are studied for changing our vision. See, what is the meaning of changing the vision? When a student is an ordinary student of science, he is looking upon the world as human beings. But when he goes to the medical college, slowly his vision starts changing. And by the time he completes his medical education, when he starts his practice, his vision has changed. And thereafter, he looks upon the same people as patients. They no more see as human beings. This example I'll tell you. This happened here only. Once, after some lecture, I was very tired. Long flight. Here they make me fly like mad. Crisscross. As much I have traveled in your country. In 1 year, you have not traveled in your whole life. So, I was damn tired and I was standing with my 2 hands on my, waist and like that. One lady came, unknown to me, from the lecture group. He said, Swamiji, I want to ask you. I said, before you ask, I want to ask. What is that? Are you a nephrologist? She jumped out of her skin. Wow, how do you know? I said, don't worry about it. Normally people call kidney doctor, but you specifically said nephrologist. I said, yes, I know that. Now ask question. Swamiji, I said, don't ask question. I'll answer your question without you asking the question. I said, you have come to ask me, do I have kidney stone? How do you know that? I said, because when there is a kidney stone, you press here, you get a little relief, and therefore anybody standing like this has a kidney stone. This is what you are given a vision in your college. And therefore, according to you, in Pandharpur, Panduranga Vithala is having a terrible kidney stone. He is all the time standing like this. The vision changes when we study the scriptures. Shrutijatma bodha. How can this worldly problem disappear? Change your standpoint in life. Presently our standpoint is I versus you. In this I versus you, there is nothing except competition, jealousy, frustration, friends, enemies, nothing beyond it. The second standpoint is, now no more this relative world, now me and my Lord. We don't compete with the Lord. We are not jealous of the Lord. A devotee learns how to live in this world without competition, without jealousy, without frustration, without complaining. Second vision. Third vision, how the Lord is looking at us. Bhagavan Krishna says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha. I am equal to everyone in this world. For me, there is nobody who is dear to me and whom I hate. Now, is it not our experience? Be very attentive. Our eyes illuminate every color. Is the vision liking some color or disliking some color? Equanimity is our natural state. Our ears hear every kind of sound. Let it be God's name or Vedic mantras, or let it be a disco song. Both are illuminated equally. Name dveshosti na priyaha. Go further. The consciousness that we are. We eliminate waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. When there is a waking and dream, we don't gain anything. In deep sleep and samadhi, we don't lose anything. We are the same. This is what is our essential nature. When you thus start living, that is called as Shruti Jatma Bodhaha. So who can take away these problems of this relative world, the samsara, change your standpoint in life? Now apply this principle again and again. Whenever we are miserable, you will come to know at the root of every misery there is somebody. And find out who is this body. This body is mother, father, husband, wife, in-laws, outlaws. Then find out when are they born? Are they real? See, friends, this one simple example which I gave in the morning, reflect on it again and again. One man alone appears to have become three because he is expressing through three conditionings. Conditioning of father, conditioning of wife, conditioning of the son. So these three expressions are son, husband and father. And who are miserable? These conditioned expressions. Man is never miserable. Husband is never happy. Man is never miserable. The son is never happy. Man is never miserable. The father is never happy. And when the father dies, what happens to son? Nothing happens. This non-existing entity is suffering. Shruti Jatma Bodha. See, friends, to understand this, take a simple example. When we stand before the mirror, we have what experience we know. When a bird stands in front of the mirror, what is the experience the bird has? That there is somebody in the mirror, and therefore starts pecking, eating, to such an extent it starts bleeding, then goes behind the mirror. Oh, there is nobody, must have run away. Again comes in front, again tries. Oh, whatever that bird may do, kurute ganga sagara gavanam vrata paripalanam athava danam, may do anything, do the japa, do meditation, do pranayam. Will that reflection in the mirror be removed, will be erased? Then only one thing that bird has to know, it is just an appearance, it is not real, as we know. Therefore, if the mirror is broken and if our reflection appears to be very funny, we don't feel bad about it. And when we are to brush, we do the E and don't apply the toothpaste on the mirror. You know it's not real. Exactly the same way, all these relations, mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, these are all merely appearances. Our condition is like that of the bird. Nobody can help us. Change your standpoint. Therefore, samsara vrutkaha shruti atma bodhaha. Who can liberate you from this relative world? Only by proper understanding. See. Then, ko moksha hetu kathitasya eva. Then what is the meaning of moksha or the liberation? See? Liberation is only this. Liberate yourself from the wrong notions. We are all carrying 4 wrong notions as burden on our head. One wrong notion about ourselves, who we are. Second wrong notion about this world, what is this world. Third wrong notion is about God, who is this God. And fourth wrong notion is about spiritual practice. See, when these wrong notions are corrected, you are liberated. See, one story comes in Panchadashi. There was a person who wanted to trouble somebody. So he told, hey, I heard your son met with a terrible accident in US. The moment he heard this, do you think that father will remain quiet? In the afternoon at 2 o'clock, he immediately dialed his son. And here that time it is midnight. So the son lifted the phone and banged the father. Dad, how many times I told you, don't ring. And thank God. See, friends. Therefore, moksha is this. Get rid of wrong notions. These 4 wrong notions. First wrong notion about ourselves, who we are. Are we mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife? Are we body? Are we a particular community? And when you thus go within, you come to know we are that which was never born, which never grows, which never ends, which is ever the same. Friends, the essence of Vedas is called as Upanishad. Essence of Upanishad is called as Bhagavad Gita. Essence of Bhagavad Gita is 15th chapter. Essence of 15th chapter is the 15th verse. And the 15th verse tells, Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishtaha mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha vedaischa sarvai ahameva vidyaha vedanta krut veda videva chaham. I am the essence of everything. Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishtaha. Heart. I am the heart of everything means I am the essence of everything. What is everything? Because of me, mattaha, jnanam, waking, smriti, dream, apohanam, deep sleep, and chakarat, samadhi. I alone support waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Sarvaihi vedaihi aham eva vidyaha. All the scriptures are directed only to know who is this I. And a person who is engaged in knowing this I, he has nothing to do with the world. See, friends, then you will never have any question about this world. Why the world is like that? This was always like that. Nothing new in this world. See? We take the issues and imagine this is the worst period in the history of humanity. No, we are the worst in the history of humanity. Change yourself. The life will be beautiful. So, dwaram kimekam narakasya nari. Now here my mothers will get very angry with me. See? In Ramcharitmanas, there is one chaupai. There it is said, Dhola Gavara Shudra Pashu Nari Sabahi Tadana ke Adhikari. Dhola is Mridangam. Gavara is illiterate. Shudra is a scheduled caste. Pashu is the animal. Nari is a woman. All of them deserve to be beaten hard. See, friends, when we do not know the correct meaning of the words, only misunderstanding happens. Like the example I gave you, mouse, the meaning is different in computer science and in English language. Here also, nari means stri. Stri is woman. This word stri is a technical term. See? If you spell stri, how do you spell? S-T-R-I. Then I is added to make it a feminine gender. In pratyaya it is called as. Now STR, sattva, tamas, rajas. Therefore Stri means matter, prakriti. Dwaram kimekam narakasya nari. What is the gateway to the hell? When we are whole life only possessing and indulging in this world. If we have to answer to the Lord, He will ask, hey, come on, I made you human being and sent you. What did you do? So what reply will give? Oh, I have consumed 6 truckloads of rice because I was in South India. Then I have consumed 15 tankers of milk because I am a Punjabi. And then I have consumed a dozen truckloads of vegetables because I am a vegetarian. Arey Baba, what did you produce? Garbage. What else we have achieved in life? Therefore, materialist and indulgent lifestyle is a gateway to hell. First we spend money for eating more and more and more and deposit huge amount of fat. Then we spend more money so that we can reduce the fat. See friends, life must not be indulgent. See friends, see the funny things. Money is in the bank. By looking at the bank balance, we feel happy. See, in India, when this 500 and 1000 was cancelled, that was a great spiritual experience. That time many WhatsApp became vibrant. So, one hotel boy, he wanted to clean the table. So, he took out 1000 rupees note and cleaning the table and throwing it in the garbage. See friends, how much value, importance we give to these worldly things and indulgence. See friends, the day we become aware of this, then naturally we will start withdrawing. So how to withdraw? Give yourself minimum choice in eating, in possessions, in indulgence, and the most important thing. Santa Gyaneshwar Maharaj, he writes very beautiful. One of his book is Amritanubhav. We have got a commentary on that. Chinmay is very fat, 900 pages. If you really want to study, you will enjoy it. It's very deep. There he says, if you control only one organ, you will do a great favor to yourself. And that one organ is your tongue. When it is used for tasting, it is called as rasana. We taste all the taste with the tongue. In the same tongue is used for talking, it is called as jivva. These two things to be controlled. So, about rasana, let us not be slave to the foods. Our whole life goes only in that. Many people ask me this, Swamiji, you go throughout the world, how do you like the food? I said, wherever I go, that food only I like, others I don't like. Like here I am with my Prita Mama, I get the best food in the whole world here, when I come for 2-3 days. But that doesn't mean I will keep on staying here. She will kick me out. Enough, Swamiji, jao. See. And when I go to other places like Europe or South America, I stay there not among Indians, but locals. There I get the same thing, that pasta and the bread and the butter. And in China when I went, that sticky rice and with the chopsticks. And all kinds of tofu, everywhere tofu, nothing else. Friends, remember what is needed for us. That alone is provided by the Lord. Take it as prasad and enough. One frontier we have won. Second one, the tongue is also used for talking. Be very, very attentive. Many a times we talk when it is not necessary. And afterwards we regret. And what we talk? We want to know about everything. Suppose two persons are talking. We go, किसके बारे में चलना? क्या? You are not required, please. Think. Then how to control ourselves? When we talk about ourselves, we talk about our past. We collect information about everybody in this world, not needed. Then how to control? Try this Maha Mantra. Before we talk to anybody on any topic, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, 99% cases you will come to know from within. No need. See? In this manner, when we thus Dvaram kimekam narakasya nari. So don't get involved in this material world beyond requirement. Ka swargada prana bhrutam ahimsa. And what is that which gives us the heavens? Give me that glass of water if it is full. They have kept it there so that I can take it easily. Thank God. Perfect. So, ka svargada. What leads us to heaven is pranamrutam ahimsa. Ahimsa is to be practiced in 3 levels. Number 1, body, speech and mind. Body, ahimsa, we know, non-violence, don't kill anybody. Second is speech. Friends, the wound created by the speech on the minds of the people is extremely difficult to heal. Therefore, before we say something to somebody, we must be extremely alert. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna tells the discipline of the speech. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat. Talk in such a manner that we don't hurt anybody. Anudvegakaram vakyam. Satyam, talk only the truth. Priya, in a sweet manner. Otherwise, we hurt people by our talks and then after we regret. So, ka swargada prana bhrutam ahimsa, and the third ahimsa is by mind. See, when we come before the Lord, Radha Krishna Bhagavan, you all come, I also come. What do we ask them? Think about it. I'll tell you one example. I was in Shirdi. And you know, Shirdi is a very huge rush, thousands and thousands of people. So they just push the devotees. Go ahead, go ahead. When I go there, because they know me, I don't have to stand in the queue. So I get sufficient time. But I hardly stay there for more than 5 seconds. So do namaskar on the paduka. They'll be giving me one coconut and one mala. And then I go out. So my friend asked me, Swamiji, you get such a great chance to stand there for long, but you go quickly, you don't stand more. I said, do you know the rule? Longer the demand, longer is the namaskar. Oh God, do this, do this, do this, do this. And you get up, oh, I have forgotten one, another namaskar. So our devotion is what? He becomes the means and worldly thing becomes the goal. Our life should be the means and he should be the goal of our life. See the difference? Then he said, you don't ask anything. I said, I do ask. What is that? I said, why should I tell you this personal matter? No, then I will also ask the same thing. I said, if you are going to ask the same thing, I will tell you. Then I told him, I have asked the Lord only one thing. Oh Lord, let there be no hatred, bitterness, bad feelings for anybody, even in the dream, even once in my whole life. That is all. That mind which carries this blemish of bitterness, hatred, is not a fit place for the Lord to descend. That is what we ask Him. We have taken care of everything in life, but we have never taken care of our mind. If we can mind our mind, we are a great friend to ourselves. And nobody can do it for us. See, friends, therefore, ka svargada prana hitam ahimsa. Ahimsa is the beginning, and everything thereafter follows. Shete sukham kastu samadhinishto jagarti kova sadasad viveki keshatra vasanti nijendriyani tanyeva mitrani jitani yani. Shete sukham kastu samadhinishto. Who can sleep happily? You know, if we want to know whether we are walking the spiritual path correctly or not, how do we know? These are the two symptoms. First symptom is we get good sleep. That doesn't mean even in the satsang also we sleep. We get too good sleep. No. So we get good sleep, first step. Second thing, our digestion is perfect. He who has perfect digestion and good sleep, he is in tune with the divine plan. See, all our body becomes totally upset because it is wrongly used. So here he says, Shete sukham kastu samadhinishtaha. He who is samadhinishta means what? He who is always at peace. When we are at peace, sleep is not a problem. When we are at peace, hunger is not a problem. We have to remain in peace. Therefore, one of the highest spiritual practices, let the whole world be on fire. Don't compromise with your peace of mind. If we are also agitated, we will not be capable of quietening the fire, but we will add to the fire. You have to be quiet. Like, in the emergency ward, when we take our patient, we are so agitated, but the doctors, they are quiet. If the doctor will become also agitated, then the patient is definitely going to die. Therefore, it is extremely necessary that Shete Sukham Kastu Samadhinishtaha. So we have to practice this. And this practice is only two ways. Number one, let us not react unless it is invited. We get involved in this world unnecessarily. See? This you can observe. When there are few people talking to each other, and you also happen to be there, one person tells, see, when I was coming, and I was surprised, here also there was a small snake crossing in front of my door. So the story is over. Do you think other will keep quiet? How long was the snake? Oh, it was hardly 6 inches. Nothing. I have seen a 6 feet long snake crossing. Is it necessary to compare your snake with his snake? See? The third person, ye to kuch bhi nahi. In India I have seen a snake with the 2 heads. This is how we keep on multiplying unwanted themes. There is no need. Friends, the energy consumption for 8 hours of physical work is equal to 1 hour of talk. Energy consumption of 8 hours of talk is equal to 15 minutes of thinking. How much we think? Non-stop. And you can see from the eyes of such people, those who are constantly frustrated, depressed, dejected, they don't have the depth in their eyes. They are worried. Either they come out of their personality or they are blank. Because their whole energy is drained in unwanted thinking. Therefore, friends, don't waste energy in this unwanted thinking. This can be curtailed by unwanted participation in the world. Where we are not required to comment, keep shut. Where we are not invited, we don't have to talk. There is one Subhashit says, Na prushtaha kasyachid bruyat, na cha anyayena cha pruchchataha, janan apihi medhavi jadavallokamacharad. When somebody talks to you, find out, is it worth interacting? If it is not worth, be a follower of my Guru. Do you know who is my Guru? All the NRI children from USA, they are my Guru. How come? I learned from them. You ask any NRI child here, class 7, class 8, class 10, hey, what do you want to become when you are grown up? They have got a standard answer. They will first of all do like we do Om, Bhur, Bhur, Swaha, then Tat Savitur Varenya. In the same manner they will do I don't know. This I don't know is such a great Maha Mantra. After that, everything stops. From that day onward, I have started using this. Somewhere probably in not New Jersey, I think LA. There was one person who came from India and he was teaching Gita to a group of persons who were in that village. And they invited me for food. And in America there is nothing like free dinner. So they wanted me to first talk on Gita. And they introduced Swami, he is so and so, he has come from India, he teaches us Gita. I said, then let me also hear, I'll hear, I've been talking, let me listen. No, Swami, you have to talk, we are listening him every day, you come once in a while, so you talk. I said, all right. Then he said to me, talk on second chapter of Gita. So in 1 hour I finished second chapter. Then question answer, I said, no question, no answer. No, but we must entertain question. If somebody has some doubts, that old man said. And the rule with the old people to deal with is never argue. If you want to make any old person happy, ask them about their past and don't listen. They will be busy and you are protected. Because old people want some listener, nothing else. Whether somebody listens or not doesn't matter. They want to talk. So I said, okay. He asked me, be attentive. What question he could ask me? He said, in Gita, how many verses are attributed to Dhritarashtra, to Arjun, to Sanjay, to Bhagwan Krishna? Academic question. Immediately I invoke my Guru. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. And when my Guru appeared in front of me, I started, I don't know. You don't know? I said, no, I don't know. See, friends, Janan abhi medhavi jadavallokam acharet. We don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. Be yourself. But our whole life is a struggle. See? Like in one place, one lady asked me this question. Swami, do you eat food in the outside hotels also? I said, yes. But Mahatmas don't eat outside food. I said, yes, you are right. He said, then how come you eat? I said, it is your fault. He said, how come it is my fault? I said, why do you call me Mahatma? You call me Mahatma and you want me to behave according to your rules. I am not a Mahatma, I am a CH Atma, Chota Atma. Let us not prove anything to anybody in this world. Be yourself. See? But we start to prove, no, I am holier than thou. That is why this, goody-goody characters are most dangerous. So I told that Amma, I said, Amma, I'll tell you my rule. I eat only outside. He said, how come? I said, because I don't have a house. You may be thinking I am taking food in your house, but it is outside for me. It is not my house. Let us not try to prove anything to anybody. So, Shete Sukham Kastu Savadinishtaha. You will be ever cheerful and happy. Then, Jagarti ko va sarasad viveki. And then, who is really awakened? The one who is able to discriminate what is right and what is wrong. See? For this, one simple technique. Never justify yourself being miserable. This is the definition of yoga given by Bhagavan Krishna. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sannitam sa nishchena yoktavyaha yogaha anirvinna chetasa. When the miseries come in our life, we refuse to be miserable. That ability to refuse to be miserable is called as yoga. How to practice that? Nishchayena yoktavyaha. Be firmly committed. Let anything happen. You refuse to be miserable. Friends, miseries can be attributed to somebody or the other. But we are all miserable by our choice. Like when we come to USA, you have to fill in that big form. And there you have got options, yes and no, is it not? You don't have to write a thesis. Are you a member of active terrorist organization? Yes, no. Are you carrying deadly weapons upon your person? Yes, no. Are you carrying the drugs? Yes and no. You have got a choice. Exactly the same way. When we entered this world, the Lord gave us a immigration form. It was written there. Welcome to this world. And what is this world? Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya. You are entering the most temporary but permanently miserable world. And the question is given. Do you want to be miserable? Options are given. Yes and no. You refuse to be miserable. Even God will fail you to make you miserable. No, but we cooperate. When misery comes, don't. Reject. Make the misery miserable. See, friends, Jagarti kova sarasad viveki. The symptoms of a wise man is, he is never miserable. The wit and humor goes with wisdom. Those who do not have wisdom, they cannot have wit and humor. Then, Keshatravaha santi nijendriyani. Who are our real enemies? All our sense organs. See? We have to have perfect control over them. And as I told you, tongue, on eating and on talking. And the third most important thing, stop talking to yourself. So 5 sense organs and mind, they are our enemy if they are not under our control. And tani eva mitrani jitani yani, and if we have conquered them, the same sense organs and mind, they are our best friends. Therefore, it is necessary that when we are functioning in this world, we have to have our full attention on the faculties through which we are going. Whether we get too much attracted towards something, immediately curtail, control. Kova daridro hi vishala trishnaha Shrimasya ko yasya samastatoshaha Jivan mrutak kastu nirudyamo yaha Kimva mrutam syat sukhada nirasha. Kova daridro vishala trishnaha. Who is the poorer than the poorest? The one who has got too many desires, more and more and more. What will we do with so much? See, friends, there is no end. You may have millions of dollars. What will you do with that? Are you going to eat them? But our whole life goes only all the time calculating money, 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 money. See, friends, it is necessary to live. But it is not necessary to live for money. Let the money live for us. Vishala Trishnaha. There is no end to it. You will see all these things which happen right in all the history. We want to conquer more and more land and acquire and become rich. See the British Empire. How many countries they have conquered. And on the British Empire there is never a sunset. Now there is never a sunrise. Where it is all gone. See, friends, how many things we keep on accumulating. So Daridri, he is a real poor person. See, one day it happened somewhere in India. After my satsang was over, in an ordinary paper, one person has put a 1 rupee coin. And in that he has written with a pen, Swamiji, this is all that I have today. And he put it. And thereafter, when the people do, Swamiji, there is something written for you, we see what it is. So I opened that and 1 rupee coin, and he wrote there, this is all that I have today. That money I have never spent. See. Otherwise, we may have millions of dollars. But when we have to give, should I give you $21 or $29? Are Ram Ram, what will you do with all this? Vishala Trishnaha, Kova Daridri, then Shrimasya ko yasta samasta toshaha. And who is really rich? Who is content? Patanjali says, Santoshad anuttama sukhalavaha. The one who is content, he is always happy. Happiness doesn't come from outside. Happiness is only the state of our mind. If you are content, you are happy. Discontentment is the root of all the miseries in life. De jivan mrutak kastu nirudyamo yaha. Who is dead while alive? See the question. Jivan mritaha. Jivan mritaha ko nirudyamo yaha. He who is not producing wealth. Never retire in life. We don't have to only work to earn money. Never retire in life. One example I'll give you. One of my very good friend, he is out of this world. He is a civil engineer by profession. When he retired in Bombay, on the last day, big dinner, I was also invited. He said, I will, hereafter I will be with Swamiji and I will do all his seva. I will wash his clothes, I will take care of his ashram, I will do this thing. Immediately I stopped him. I said, because of you, I don't have ashram. Because what is the ashram? Ashram is a place where all these people go and they want a free chowkidar watchman, therefore a Swami is required. And they will be going once in a while and go to the bathroom, and from there they will send a phone. Maharaj, there is no water in the bathroom. So the Babaji goes with the lota in the hand and they forget about it. Then what should I do? I told him, if you want to do this. Whatever is your field of expertise, work in that field only. But you have been working for earning money for yourself. Now work, not for yourself. Then work for me. Now you are my servant. You wanted to be servant, is it not? Now serve me in this manner. Then Swamiji, I said, don't interrupt. Apply, you will get a job. Within 15 days, he got a job in Middle East. Lot of construction going on. And he told Swamiji, I got a job. And I got so much of salary. I said, I hereby sanction 50% salary for your maintenance. A remaining 50%, you spend it for education of those children who do not fall in any category and therefore they suffer. They are neither very intelligent to get scholarships. They are not belonging to any category, so then they can get some money or some preference. They are average children and nobody looks after them. So take care of those children. And he started that. And slowly, as if he was blooming into a great one. Within 3-4 years, he became so pure. And after that, he is a Tamilian. He translated 4 Vedas from Sanskrit into Tamil. See, one of my book, Fundamentals of Life in the English, that he has edited from English into Tamil. He is the president of Senior Citizens Forum. And he's so busy. He has no time. Life discovers fulfillment. And if we are not busy, we become indulgent. What is there for the breakfast? While eating breakfast. What is there for the lunch? While eating lunch. What is there for the evening tea? While taking evening tea. What is there for the dinner? Eat my head. See, whole life goes only eating. There is something better in life. Whenever we are not busy, we get involved into indulgence. And be attentive, all the people suffer in life never because of shortage of time, but they suffer in life because of excess of time. Children never suffer because they have no time. What they do is different. We oldies, all the suffer. Jaun to jaun kaha, baad mein jao. See, friends, because we are not busy. Keep yourself busy in something or the other. Learn something. Learn Chinese. Doesn't matter you use or it doesn't matter. Learn. You'll have fun. And when you keep the process of learning in you, the child in you will never die. And the child can never be miserable. Old man can never be happy. So let the child in us be maintained, learn something or the other. See? Therefore, jivan mrutakastu nirudyamo yaha kimva mrutam syat sukhada nirasha. And what is amruta, what is the ambrosia, and what is the one which is giver of all the happiness in life? Nirasha. Nirasha means don't go on expecting anything from anybody in this world. Live at zero expectation level. But we go on imagining. Is it not their duty to help me? Example I'll give you. There was one girl who was supposed to come with me to Uganda. So I told her, I said, Mama, get your passport made. There was other person. He said, Swamiji, I'll help her. I said, no, hang on to him. He'll help you. Poor girl went once, twice, thrice, 4 times. He will simply say, okay, come next time, today I am busy. 4 or 5 times. Then she became frustrated, she came to me. And she was so bitter. Swami, see that man you told you, but he never did blah, 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 blah. I said, Mama, be cool first. Remember one thing. We are walking spiritual path. And the first principle of walking spiritual path is write off your rights in your whole life. Before they conduct your last rites when you are still alive. We have no right on anybody in this world. See, like I come over here. Now what right I have got to use such a beautiful place to give talk? What right I have got on Gopal and Amma? No right. Tomorrow they say, Swamiji, next year don't come. Okay, don't come. I can't say, no, you have no right. The day you write off your rights, you will never be miserable in life. Nirasha. Nirasha is not hopelessness. That will be wrong in a translation. Therefore, Kava mrutam syat sukhada nirasha. Continuing further, Pasho hi koyo mamata bhimanaha sammohayatteva sureva kastri kova mahando madanaturo yo mrityuscha kova payashasvakiyam. Pasho hi koyo mamata bhimanaha. What is the strong bondage is mamata, the possessiveness, and abhimanaha, the ahanta, I-ness. This I-ness and my-ness together is the biggest burden that we carry on our life. Then, sammohayati surevaka, who is the one who dilutes like a drink or like a wine or a whiskey? Stri, the woman. Remember, what is meant is, man gets naturally attracted towards the woman, woman gets naturally attracted to the man. In the morning I told, these 4 things are natural instincts. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunancha. Eating, then sleeping, sense of insecurity, and procreation. These are natural instincts. They are not required to be taught. Then what is required? Self-control. That is required to be taught. What to eat, what not to eat, that is required to be taught. When to sleep, how long to sleep, that is required to be taught. How to protect ourselves, that is required to be taught. And how to deal with the most weakest point in the life of every created being is this mutual attraction towards the opposite sex. One has to have a perfect control over this. If that is not achieved, life becomes only like animals. See, friends, it is so important. When this is not understood, we go under the disguise of freedom. Is that we should live like animals, or we should live in the dignity of human beings? Human beings alone have self-control. Animals don't have. We alone have. Manushya means the one who creates relations. Animals don't have relations. The calf which is sucking the milk of the mother, when it is grown up mature, it doesn't matter for him whether that is his mother or any other cow. See, friends, our life must be that of self-control. Therefore, sammohayati sureva kastri kova mahando madanaturo yaha. Who is the absolutely blind? He who is under the compelling force of the attraction toward the opposite sex. He is absolutely blind. And mrityuscha kova apayesha svakiyam. And what is worse than the death is one's defeat. See? When we are defeated by ourselves, we get the most miserable. See? Therefore, friends, remain in this poise, and living in this poise is called as the spiritual life. Without this understanding, without this wisdom, life becomes a burden. The remaining question answers from 7th verse, we will take it tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.